Welcome back. Micah and Michael here again, and today's mistake to avoid is setting all this stuff up and then just kind of letting it go, like not checking on it. It's a huge mistake.
Well, it is such a huge mistake just to set it and forget it. And, you know, I've worked, and you've worked with your team, but I've worked with thousands of vacation rental property managers whose expectation sometimes about when they get into this business is, you know, I'm going to get my website set up, I'm going to get, you know, a few properties, I'm going to throw them out on, you know, some of the sites. You know, I'll do a little bit of marketing here and there, and I'm just going to kick back, and you know, the cash is just going to flow in, and that's really the furthest thing from the truth. This is a business where we talked about you have to work it, and you know, being part of Vacation Rental University, that's the great news, is that you're part of it and you're learning the proper and correct ways to build a really successful and profitable vacation rental business.
Yeah, and it's a community, so when you find stuff that changes in your market and we haven't had a chance to update it, well, you can give us a heads up in the forums, and ideally we've worked on it or we're already creating some sort of updates. But you know, we're not perfect either, and so you can notify us, we'll notify you guys. Our whole community does this, and we will by far as a community be the best managers possible.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be really fun. And you know, at the end of the day, when I say don't set it and forget it, the reason we created VRU is because we understand how powerful learning is. Now, all your job is to go through a couple of lessons on VRU, say every day, right? Or every other day, or however often you can, but I recommend often. And then make it a point to read like 1 or 2 good articles a week about changes in the space, whether it be Airbnb, Booking.com, just general news. You got to read that stuff, because in there is just a treasure trove of hidden information where they have to disclose, or they do disclose this stuff, and it's just in these long...
There's a lot of information out there, and it can be overwhelming, but again, make that a part of your daily practice. I mean, it's something I do every day. I'm reading at least, believe it or not, 30 to 45 minutes about what's happening in our industry, and it's changing, folks, daily.
Every day.
Daily. Not weekly, not monthly, daily.
Yeah. So a real cool way to wrangle this back in is at some point in the recent past, Airbnb released a business traveler ready version of their platform. Okay, well, they didn't widely distribute it necessarily. They kind of emailed it out and put some publications out. Well, if you weren't paying attention, you're missing about 30% of the new traffic that's coming through Airbnb. And honestly, getting set up as a business traveler ready property was nothing. Literally every single one of our properties qualified from day one, just on our standard FF&E list. So we just went in, verified all those things, checked the boxes, turned them on, and we were good to go, and we started getting business traveler bookings. So, you know, it will benefit you. It'll keep you out of trouble if laws change and those sort of things, which we'll cover here soon, is knowing the laws. But, you know, just keeping up to date on this stuff is going to help you. We're going to do our best to help you, and we'll release these as like news feeds and those sort of things and updates. And, you know, as long as you're a subscriber, we'll probably keep you as up to date as you can imagine.
Absolutely.
But there's also a lot of other information out there that you may find valuable that perhaps we haven't taught on yet, or we haven't quite caught, and it's only important maybe in your market. And so keep on top of that. It's a creative business, so read this stuff and be creative about it. Not every change is negative. Some changes are just an opportunity to improve. So avoid these mistakes. Don't set it and forget it, especially you guys with really nice properties that can just turn. I mean, we have these beautiful beachfront homes that just book no matter what we do with them.
Exactly.
Well, if you have one of those, it can be a little misleading, because then the next one you get, you'll be like, what the heck? This isn't an easy business, you know? And so it'll catch up with you. So just be really diligent about learning. We'll see you at the next lesson.